to be able to work towards a healthy relationship between the two of them. Because as the court has said many times this morning, no matter what goes on from this point forward, these two individuals are going to be connected and having to work together in supporting this child. The no contact order will help facilitate that. I'm sorry, the no harmful and injurious contact order will help facilitate that, but also provide an additional level of protection that if something were to happen and he were to violate it, he would be facing additional charges, not just by this court with a bond revocation, but also with an additional criminal charge.
Enjoy the video. Hit the like button.
State of Texas versus Edward A. Castillo Bringas. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Michael Villarreal for the state.
For the defense?
Jessica Gonzalez, subbing in for Mr. I believe it's Miss Franklin that's on the case.
Okay.
It's the attorney record.
And are you Mr. Bringas?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you have any objections to this attorney substituting in?
No, Your Honor.
All right, so we're here to modify conditions of bond. The defendant is charged with assault of a pregnant person. And my understanding is the complainant is going to come and give testimony. She's requesting that the no contact order be lifted. And I'm assuming your client is requesting that the no contact order be lifted.
Be modified to a no harmful or injurious contact.
All right. All right, you can call your witness.
Thank you, Your Honor. We call the complaining witness. And I apologize, we have limited discovery.
Carla Rodriguez.
Miss
Labrado.
Carla Rodriguez.
Carla G. Rodriguez Labrado.
Thank you.
All right, could someone ask her to come forward? And if you, sir, if you'll move over there,
Of course.
and if I could have the interpreter and her attorney move here. And if I could have the interpreter, if you could raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm you will faithfully translate from English into Spanish and Spanish into English, so help you God?
I do, Your Honor.
All right, you can lower your hand. Are you Labrado, Miss Labrado?
Yes.
Could you raise your right hand for me, please? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Sí. Yes.
All right, you can lower your hand. My understanding is your attorney is here, and her attorney, if you could state your name for the record, please.
Alfonso Otero, on behalf of the complainant witness, Judge.
All right, and have you had ample time to consult with your client, Ms. Labrado?
Yes, Judge.
All right, defense.
Thank you, Your Honor. Ms. Labrado, can you please state your name for the record?
Carla Guadalupe Rodríguez Librado.
Carla Guadalupe Rodríguez Librado.
And how are you related to our client, Mr. Bringas?
Es mi esposo.
He's my husband.
And are you currently pregnant?
Yes.
Now, you're aware that Mr. Bringas was arrested on September 30th, 2020, correct? I'm sorry, 2022.
Yes.
And are you aware that one of his conditions on bond is that he has no contact with you?
Yes.
Are you here today to ask the court to change that so you may be in contact with him?
Yes.
Is this your wish and desire?
Yes.
Do you have any concerns for your safety of Mr. Bringas assaulting you or doing anything to you?
No. No.
At the time when you spoke to the officers on September 30th, was there miscommunication between you and the officers?
Yes.
I'll pass the witness.
All right, state.
As far as your relationship with the defendant, do you have any children together?
No,
No, this is the first one.
And prior to this incident, when police were called, were you residing with him?
Yes.
Okay. And since this has happened, do you still reside on the house on Nube Medina?
Yes.
Where has he been living?
Can you repeat the question?
Where has the defendant been living?
No sé. I don't know.
But he's not residing at the house with you.
No,
Just to reiterate, do you have any concern for your safety and the safety of your unborn child if he were to come and reside with you?
no, no.
I'll pass the question.
All right, any other questions?
This is your first child with Mr. Bringas?
Sí. Yes,
Are you guys, even though you have no contact with each other, are you guys trying to maintain a healthy relationship?
Eso se refiere que hemos tratado de tener contacto o que tratamos de tener una buena relación.
are you referring that we had had contact, or we are trying to have a good relationship?
That you want in the future, if the court changes the order, for you to work on having a good relationship?
Yes,
I'll pass the witness.
I have no further questions.
All right, I have one question. Who called the police?
I did.
All right, any other questions from either side?
Nothing further to say.
No. Any further?
Thank you so much for coming in.
Gracias.
May the interpreter be excused.
Yes, thank you. All right, any other witnesses?
And no further witnesses to present to the court, just arguments.
All right, court will hear brief argument.
Yes, Your Honor. We're simply asking the court to modify the no contact order to a no harmful injurious contact. This modification will allow my client to remain in contact with the mother of his child. By doing so, he'd be able to assist in any doctor's appointments, anything like that, to be able to work towards a healthy relationship between the two of them. Because as the court has said many times this morning, no matter what goes on from this point forward, these two individuals are going to be connected and having to work together in supporting this child. The no contact order will help facilitate that. I'm sorry, the no harmful and injurious contact order will help facilitate that, but also provide an additional level of protection that if something were to happen and he were to violate it, he would be facing additional charges, not just by this court with a bond revocation, but also with an additional criminal charge. So we ask for the modification.
Right, and I'm not saying anything is true or not true, because I haven't gotten any facts of the case, but is he in any type of classes?
Mike, are you in classes right now?
Yes, I finished, well, I do weekly counseling 2 times a week. I'm in the Army, I'm an active duty soldier, so I do SUTSI group, it's a group, and then individual. I did,
Let me have you raise your right hand. I'm not going to get into the facts of the case. It's just, could you raise your right hand for me, please? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
yes,
All right, you can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
Edward Bringas Castillo.
All right, are you taking any type of anger management
I
classes?
finished, I got the certificate and everything for military anger management class. It's from the family advocacy program. And as soon as this happened, like 2 days after I got out of jail, I self-enrolled into the program and everything, and it's already done. I'm still gonna do more classes because I asked for them just in case. It's good to know, like, I don't see why. There's always room for improvement. So they told me by February, I should be done with every single class that I'm taking right now.
All right, and have the police ever been called to your home before?
No,
Before this?
I've never been in trouble like,
Okay. All right, and did you give the certificate to your attorney?
I can give it to her this afternoon. They printed out for me that certificate yesterday, and I was doing medical appointments, so I wasn't able to like scan it and send it to my email. But I
Okay.
can do it today. Like,
All right, any other questions of the witness?
No, Your Honor.
All right, state, what are you requesting?
Obviously, these are sensitive cases as it relates to the nature. Obviously, he's been, at this point, not indicted, but alleged by complaint at least to have committed an assault of a pregnant person. I think there's ways of potentially gradually increasing the contact to allow him to basically prove to this court that there is not an issue if we were to have further contact. I guess my proposal at this point would be limited to allowing to have contact as it relates to doctor's appointments. I think it's important that he is the father of the child to be part of the child's life even as it's womb, so that maybe start off now with a no contact outside of as it relates to doctor's appointments, and allowing him to go to doctor's appointments with the complainant. And then if there's no issues there, then potentially we can address this again with the court to see if we can fully change this to no harmful injurious. As I'm sure you're aware, coming from my place prior to taking the bench, being a prosecutor on these types of cases, we're always concerned that this is going to make the news afterwards because of escalation of violence, and that's exactly what we want to prevent, is this potentially going further. And so I think at this point that would be the state's recommendation.
All right. Do you have any objections to phone contact or video contact?
Absolutely.
Your Honor, if I can briefly respond, a couple things I'd like to make note of. This case, my client again was arrested on September 30th. We're now looking at 5 months now that this case has been pending. My client and his pregnant partner have been abiding by the no contact order. At this time, as she stood before you, she's now 7 months pregnant. We're looking at the end of the pregnancy of the two of them expecting their first child. I understand the state's concerns about a problem of escalation. However, again, it's been pending for 5 months now. If that's something that they were concerned with, right now when we were looking at the discovery, all that they had access to is a warrant. We don't even have a prosecution guide or a police report to be able to see exactly what was going on and discussed on that evening. So yes, there are allegations, but as the complaining witness came in here and said, there's a possibility that there was a loss in translation. So there really wasn't an allegation. We're looking at a man who's getting ready to be expecting a child. He wants to be able to spend these last couple months with his partner and to be able to share in that and get ready for the birth of their child.
All right. Anything else?
Nothing further.
All right. This is what the court is going to do. One, you're going to need to give the certificate that you completed that and that you continue with your classes. I'm going to allow you to have contact to be present at all doctor's appointments. I'm going to allow phone contact and video contact. We're going to come back here on February 21st or before if parties want to be back before. And at that time, the court, if there are no issues, the court will allow no harmful or injurious contact. Okay? So whether or not it's no harmful or injurious contact on February 21st or before, that's completely up to you. So if all things go well with you going to the doctor's appointment, with you turning in the certificate to your defense counsel, with the phone contact and video contact, everything will be fine. Now, here's the thing. Do not get loose with the court's orders. Like the only time you're allowed to have contact is by phone or video, and you're able to go to her doctor's appointments. So you're still not able to go to her home or anything like that. You understand? And if she needs food or something, I have discovered the Instacart, which is, my mom loves Instacart. So
she should be said with that, because when we got married, I gave her one of my debit cards and I deposited money and I covered for all the costs. Well,
that's a good thing. I'm glad you're looking out for your unborn child. All right. So we're moving towards that. So on the 21st, if all goes well in counsel, you won't even have to come in. Just make sure the certificate is there. And then this may change to a no contact order. I'm sorry, no harmful or injurious contact.
Understood, Your Honor. I'll pass the message along.
All right. And you can make a copy of this if you wish.
I will in the back. Thank you.
You're welcome.